I will start with you, Liv, because I want to know why you wanted to take this grandmother role, which is she's really more or less the strongest person in this movie, and still she's a victim with many layers, and you know there's a lot of secrets and things around her, but she's still the the strong grandmother.
She is strong because she went through something very basically. When she was young, she fell in love with a German man, and he died, and she had to give away her child, and when the peace came, she couldn't find her child again, and everybody looked down at her, but she kept her strength. Somehow that was one of my reasons to do the movie, but I feel there should actually even be a continuation to this movie, because you have to make choices in a movie, and it is a family story, and it's an incredible actress who plays my child, my daughter, and somehow one had to say farewell a lot to the mother. So a lot of the strength that I had, you don't see, because that's not on screen. But you know she must be strong, because what does happen to her is horrible, horrible. And she's not the only person, I think, that had that experience during the war. And I must say that even though I feel my part is small, why am I sitting here? I'm sitting here because I find it like an incredibly important movie about a time that most of us may have forgotten parts of, specifically what happened to the children that were born in a way that the Norwegian people did not like. It's important for that to be reminded that we were not all heroes after the war. I'm here because it was an incredible time here in Bergen when we did the movie. I have great respect that there are German producers that find this story so important, though it doesn't always talk nice about the Germans, and that we have a Norwegian producer. When he could make buddy films, he makes this very serious film. And because I had such fun on this movie, although she got to film so much more than me, and Sven Nordin and everybody. And I sat there and had hot chocolate with cream and waited for them. And we talked about love and everything. And you should know, being part of a movie isn't necessarily only to be on the screen. For me, it reminded me of the best times I ever had in a movie. The camaraderie with the people from here, the staff from here. This incredible woman, we talked about love, everything we had experienced, and her daughter in the film, she couldn't wait to get back from the set too and learn more about our love stories, and Sven Nordin's. Now, I have to give this explanation because that is why I am here, because I feel very proud that you can look down with your popcorn, you may miss me in the movie, but I want you to know that I am so proud to have been part of this movie.
But Liv, you heard what I said. Your role, even though it might be small, it's very important. Your figure is standing there with all her secrets and lies around her, but still. She's in the family. She's the holding point in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, I see it a bit different. I understand that it's a small part, but I also feel it's very strong. Yeah.
And that's the way I saw it.
She's
and
making it smaller than it is.
I am not excusing it. I'm not excusing it. Also in movies, and we know that, economy comes in. Maybe we can't do all the scenes. You know, there were some good scenes we couldn't do, where I happened to be part of. But I have to repeat that I was and am so amazed that one of Germany's most important actresses, you know, leading in her generation, she learns Norwegian. She goes into this with all her soul and talent and makes this incredible performance. I'm really proud to be part of that.
Yes, Juliane. Can I speak Norwegian to you?
No, thank you so much. I wanted to. I didn't find you in the darkness. I wanted to say in the beginning, please don't ask me to talk Norwegian, because it was 1 year ago when I started to learn Norwegian. It was 2 years ago. When I shot this movie, it was 1 year ago, and now I'm back here, and I just saw on the screen, and I must say that I didn't understand what I said. No, not really, but really, I forgot so much, and I don't want you to ask me to speak Norwegian, please.
No, but still, it's impressive that we can understand what you're saying, even though you don't understand that. How do your actors really do that?
No, I was just joking before. I understand. I still understand. We were just at the restaurant before, and I stood the waitress very good, and I was so happy about it. No, it was very good for me to do this because it was helpful for my character. I must say this because I'm not supposed to say the truth about my character, right? Because you make such a big secret.
I will say stop. Go ahead.
Okay. She's not my mother. No, but
That's a secret. I'm really shocked.
that was a big secret. No, because I have to say that because I have to say that because it's very important. I'm not saying the truth in the life I live, or my character is not saying the truth in the life she lives in Norway. She has a completely different secret life, and that's she's a German person, but she has to lie already about a lot of things, and she ends up to be in Norway and to speak Norwegian fluently and to pretend that she has been there for many, many years, and so, but it's a big lie. So that was very helpful for me to speak in a different language, because that's also, it's the problem she has is the same problem I had as an actress, that she had to be somebody else and to speak in a different language, and that was very helpful for me.
But you actors, you always have to be someone else. Or can you really take yourself into the part and really be the character?
Of course, a little bit of myself is in the character, but
Which part of yourself?
The one in love with Sven Nordin.
That's the easy one.
No, serious. I think we all know this. When we lie at home or we live a little bit a double life, I think everyone knows this in some point in his life. And that was what I found as an actress the most interesting part, that she lives a double life, and which is the truth, is both the truth, or and how can I explain that to the members of my family, that the old life and the new life is both the truth. And I think this is something everyone knows also in his private life.
And this is what the title really refers to, the two lives. Isn't it, Georg?
Yes.
Without saying anything? Okay.
I wanted to add something because I remember, we have been talking about this so many years, and I remember when she had read one of the first scripts, she said, I don't like this character because of all this lying. She just didn't like her. And I said, you have to love her somehow. You can't play this if you don't like her. And I remember that 2 weeks after shooting, we spoke on the phone, and then she said, listen, I'm somehow sad. And I said, what's the matter? And she said, I miss her. So that was a big change.
But I want to say one sentence to you, because first, thank you that you said this to me before. And I want to say this back to you. It was such a great time I was very nervous to shoot with you, because I'm a fan of you since I'm a little child. And it was a big thing for me to work with you. And it was very, very great. And even also what you said, the talks beside the shooting, we were a really strong family, and I'm sad that Sven Nordin and Julia Bakkevik is not here, because we also, after the shooting, we did not say goodbye to each other. We spent all the day and the night together, talking and eating and being together like a family. It
A
was
great ensemble.
Yeah, that was also very important. I'm very lucky that this happened actually, because I was in fear. We are seeing a family which is living together since 20 years, but how can you do that with actors that know each other since 2 weeks or something? So that was a great gift from the actors to the film.
But we can say that your film takes part or is set in the 1990 and these flashbacks in 1970. What happened in 1970? Can you tell anything about that?
Well,
Katrina fled over the sea, over the east, Östersjön.
yeah, Katrina, of course, Katrina didn't talk much about her past to the family, so they only know some small pieces. Like she said earlier to the family that she has been let out, that she said, you know, my mother is Norwegian, I'm a Norwegian citizen, you're not allowed to keep me here, I have to get to Norway, and they let her out. Actually, they did let out a couple of Lebensborn children, but not many. So then the lawyer finds out that there has been an escape, and there's this documentation about the interrogation of the person who escaped, and the person says that she's Katrina Evensen, and this is Ose Evensen, so there's something strange here. So she tells to the family that actually she's the one who escaped. And but then there is more behind this, and slowly, she's getting more and more in the corner, and she's not finding the right answers anymore.
But Juliane, how much did you know about what happened before you started shooting this film?
Of course, I know everything. I mean, I knew everything. Am I not supposed to say this here? You make such a big secret out of this. Huh? But of course, it was all different. I mean, she was. Can I say this or not? She. I cannot talk about my character otherwise. The character I play, she was not the one. She was not the real daughter of the mother. So she was educated by the Stasi her whole life, because she was also a child without parents, and they brainwashed her and made her into a Stasi agent. So she had to make up this whole life, and it was a lie. So she went to meet her mother, pretending being a Lebensborn child, and celebrating the big reunion with her mother. And it was not her mother. But the mother doesn't know until the end of the film. Of course, I knew that before.
But you said so much now. I'm not saying that you necessarily should tell the rest, but how do you feel that this Katrina figure that you are really playing can go into this new life of existence in Norway? What is she leaving behind? Do you know that? Do you think about that?
Katrine?
Yes. The real Katrina? The Stasi Katrina?
I think she forgot about her past in the moment when she met her mother and her husband, the one she married later. She found a family, and because she was also a child without parents, as I said, and she found her something she had never had in her life, like a mother, a husband. She got a daughter, and she wanted to just to forget about her old life. I think the life she was letting behind was not very funny. She was a child growing up in a Lebensborn heim, and she was treated very bad by all these Stasi people. And we know a lot about the GDR. It was not funny for these children. So I think she was very happy to have a new life.
One thing maybe, I think the interesting thing is that she's a Täter und Opfer. I'm searching for the English word. She's guilty and she's a victim in the same time, And I think that's the interesting part. All these people in the story kind of are victims and have some guilt.
And in a way, Åse Evensen is probably the biggest victim of them all, because she is a victim also in the first time what happened during the war, and also when she experiences what the lives had done with her.
Absolutely, because that's why I think she's a strong woman. And, you know, if you ever want to make another movie, I think one should see what happens to this strong woman who once had to give away her child that she loved when the child was a little baby, because you were not allowed to keep a child you had with a German. And then you thought you got the child back again, and then that wasn't your child, and suddenly you have lost 2 children. So my suggestion is, because she is so strong, but she's not a victim, and that's what I like about her.
Why is she not a victim, do you feel?
Strong people are not victims, because strong people, sooner or later, they make up their mind that this life is mine, and the choice I take now, with all this trouble that is happening to me, my choice can be overcome it, go on, or I can continue to live in that. And I think she'll continue to go to both the graves of her 2 children. And I mean, she's not very young, but the few years she has left, I think she may go around and she will talk about maybe what you do when you are in a situation like she is. She's not a victim.
Oh,
I
okay.
hate victim
She's a
people.
survivor then.
Yeah, anyone is a survivor who has gone through trouble and knows how to get out on the other side, you know. That is what life is. It opens doors for us.
We are very close to the ending of this session, and I feel that everyone has now heard almost everything about this film, but I promise you, there's still something left. And now, Georg, you can tell the rest. No, you should see the film. You should see the film. But before we end this, we have another clip, and I said to you before that your film is a mix of many things. There are many layers here. There's layers of truths and lies and secrets and lies. And you said it's a family drama. It's several love stories here, and it's also a thriller in a way. And
Absolutely,
now,
yeah.
and yes.
You know why it is also very good for these times? Because what are we seeing on TV now? Lies and lies. Look at the politicians. Look at the presidential candidates in Norway. I mean, there are so many lies and so many different people that at least one of them used to be the day before yesterday, and so we are fed up with lies. We get it on TV, we get it on Twitter, we get it on Facebook and whatever. This film is important for that, because it shows when the real life comes into your family life, look what it does to you. You know, you all lose. For that, I feel your movie is important too, because we live in a time of lies.
Okay. Georg, for your last comment to introduce the last clip, and then we will leave all the lives behind for this time and welcome you all to the screening tomorrow. And we are still not more than 40 minutes into the film, so there's a lot left.
Oh, yeah, there is. So, yeah, of course, in her former life, when she has been in contact with the Stasi, she has had colleagues, and these colleagues are coming to Norway and putting more and more pressure on her. That's what we are going to see. Don't tell anybody about the secrets you heard here today, and tell everybody to go to see the movie. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much.